We continue our discussion of thriving. This video is called Thriving Through Competence, Loving the Work of Our Lives. So if we could review what we've talked about already, what's thriving? Well, thriving is the enjoyment of the doing of one's life through one's work, giving, receiving care, and taking responsibility for one's choices and commitments. So that's thriving. It's enjoying the doing of one's life. And we're going to contrast it with succeeding, which is also a wonderful thing. But succeeding is focused on outcomes, where you could actually be miserable doing the work, and then you're happy to get paid at the end through money or status or some possession or whatever it might be. And again, succeeding is a great thing, and thriving and succeeding have an interesting relationship. Sometimes in tension and sometimes synergistic. But anyway, thriving is different. Thriving is actually loving the work of one's life and looking forward to it, anticipating it as a pleasure. And we're thinking of it in terms of having three main components: competence, relatedness, and autonomy. And this video is about competence. So competence, what is competence? My competence is my ability to take care of myself and my people through my work. So I have competence as a teacher. I have competence as a spouse. I have competence as a parent. I have competence as a friend. I have competence as a philosopher. I have competence as a reader, and lots of other competencies. And so when it comes to thriving, the focus on competence is the ability to enjoy and anticipate and relish that work of taking care of oneself and taking care of one's world and the people in one's world. That's what competence is as an element of thriving. Again, it's contrasted with succeeding, where competence is also really important, and it can make you a lot of money, or it can get you a lot of fame, or other things that we could find good, right? But right now we're focusing on the actual enjoyment of doing. Your competence in basketball, your competence in writing, that's what we're focused on. So there's a virtuous circle in competence that goes like this: I enjoy doing an activity, so I practice that activity a lot, so I develop more competence in the activity, so I enjoy the activity more, so I practice the activity more, and of course then I get better at it and I enjoy it more. So the idea is that there's something great about learning to enjoy your work. Just think about those areas of your life where you do enjoy your work, and how that's what you probably end up doing when you have time because you enjoy it. And then you get really good at it. And the better you are at it, the more you enjoy it, because there's a mastery of those practices that fill your day, right? And that's what we're after. So just speaking of myself, I was born with a lot of advantages and a lot of blessings, and I really didn't develop those. And I would say the main reason, looking back, was that I didn't enjoy work. I had a very negative idea of work. I was a pretty good athlete, but I didn't practice. I didn't like practicing. I only liked winning. And over time, other kids practiced and I didn't, and I got worse and worse relative to them, and I couldn't keep going at it. And I was really good at math when I was younger, but I didn't like it, like it was work. So I never did work. I never practiced to make myself really good at stuff, to really enjoy it. And because I didn't enjoy the work, I didn't practice, I didn't get better at it. And then you don't enjoy it. So that's my background. Finally, in my 20s, I started actually looking to enjoy my work and developing certain parts of my skill set in a purposeful way, and it's made a huge difference in my life. But I started so late. So yeah, my natural competence is good hand-eye coordination, really good tennis player, ping pong player, pretty good basketball player, really fast as a young kid, pretty high IQ, and just really good at math. So those are all things I was teed up to do, and to really enjoy exercising. But unfortunately, I didn't. I was also really bad at some things that many of which have stuck with me. I was a terrible drawer, always have been, never worked on that. Terrible speller, even to this day. It's kind of problematic for an English teacher. Poor at building physical things like shop, just terrible at that. Unfortunately, I wish I was good at that. And poor at caring for others, which, wow, that's a real problem once you get in your 20s and 30s and start dating people and thinking about, getting married and having a family and things like that. Wow, you better be good at caring for other people. And if you're a teacher and if you're a friend, you better be good at that. So those were things I was not good at coming out of my childhood. But thankfully, I sort of found my way in my 20s and began to find my way. Here's a list of things I'm pretty good at now. So, philosophy, literature, teaching, tutoring, coaching, husbanding, befriending, mindfulness, public speaking, savoring, building curricula, character and leadership education. These are things I've worked really, really hard at, and I've really worked at them in ways to enjoy them, and because I enjoy them, I work hard at them, and I just get better and better at them, and then I enjoy them more. We talked about the virtuous circle, so yeah, that's where I've developed. And just to give one example in detail, I went to England my junior year of college and took my first philosophy course, and loved it. It really turned my life around. But I went and got a PhD in it. And so I've spent, wow, many, 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 many thousands of hours doing philosophy. And it is meant, what does it mean to me? It means virtually any idea anybody has about like the nature of reality or the nature of right action or how we know things, like whatever they say from whatever perspective it is, I like have an understanding of kind of the history of that idea, all the different other ideas that are sort of competitors for that idea. um, so I can place the history of intellectual thought really well. I understand at a deep level all the different things people have thought about the nature of reality over time, some better than others. But when people talk about that, I understand it. And that understanding is a source of extraordinary meaning in my life and enjoyment in my life. Talking about those things, reading books, having conversations with friends, being able to direct my own life and help direct the lives of others toward the good. That's a real power, and it's an incredibly enjoyable power. And because I enjoy it so much, I keep practicing it and get better and better at it and enjoy it more and more. So one of the things we're going to try to have you do is we're going to try to have you not leave your competencies to chance. We're going to ask you to actually become purposeful about them. So what do we mean by that? Well, I'm thinking of new competencies to develop. Well, I have a new one. I just had twins. My wife and I had twins in March, and so parenting is a competency I'm working very, very hard on right now. And it's obviously really important in my life, getting to know my daughters and taking good care of them and having them grow right and sleep right and be happy and smile instead of cry and going forward, educate themselves and really enjoy waking up in the morning and having a great day. And I have to help them do that, and I have to learn how to do that because that's new to me. So that's a new one I'm working on. A current one I'm extending, right? I'm a decent teacher of American history in my humanities class. I'm pretty good at that, and I've worked hard all summer reading more American history, thinking about how the recent events of this summer could play into how we talk about the milestones that we have in eighth grade. And so I'm really looking to work from a good competence and make it even a better competence that I would enjoy even more and be better at. And then I'm also looking to salvage a competence and actually enjoy it. I teach grammar more or less because I have to. I really have never gotten on the happy side of teaching grammar. So I'm going to try to do that this year. I'm going to try to salvage my teaching of grammar as a competency that I really look forward to doing. And so I do it more and more and encourage my boys to do it not as a chore, but as enjoyment as well. So that's the new one I'm looking to build. That's the one I'm looking to extend and to salvage. And we're going to ask you to do all three of those things too this year. So, what does competence mean to me? Well, it means so much to me because when I get out of bed in the morning, if I'm not a good parent and I have to go into my kids and like try to take care of them and I'm not good at it and I don't enjoy it, well, that's going to be a really bad part of my day. And I'm going to screw up their lives and I'm not going to enjoy my own. And if I'm not good at being a spouse, well, that's a big part of my day. If I'm not talented at that, if I'm not skilled at it and I don't enjoy that, that's a big part of my day I'm not going to enjoy. Well, now we got two big parts of my day that if I enjoy them and work hard at them and I'm good at them, I'm going to really have a great day. And if I don't, I'll have a really bad day. And now you throw teaching in there and you throw being a good friend in there and all these other things that my day entails. Like, so competence means so much to me that I'm good at the things that I do to take care of myself and other people. Because when I do have that competence, when I take care of my people and myself, it's really pleasurable and it makes me think, wow, I'm lucky to be alive and I can't wait till tomorrow so I get to do this again. And when I'm incompetent at stuff I have to do, I don't enjoy it and I'm not very good at it and I don't look forward to my day. And how horrible is that? That is definitely not thriving. Because thriving is like looking forward to your day and the work of your day and the responsibility of your day. So the competencies I've developed mean like so much to me. Without them, I would really, really not look forward to my day. And when I was a junior, senior in high school, I honestly didn't really look forward to my day very much because I was not really competent and I didn't really enjoy my work. And so I sort of know what it's like to be on both sides of that issue, and I know you guys do too. And we're gonna work on that and really want you guys to thrive through competence. So takeaways. So drawing upon our discussions, define competence in your own words. You should be able to do that. List 3 areas of your life or more if you want in which you and most enjoy competencies that you've developed, whether that's sports or art or an academic discipline or friendship or community service or whatever it might be. List at least 3 of those. Then consider that the options that you have as a state mark students to start something new, like get involved in something new, whether it's industrial arts or taking photography or doing community service in a way you haven't, or picking up a new sport. What new competence can you develop, or coding? Like you could start coding or whatever it might be. So we're going to ask you to actually name uh, a thing you could do that would be new. Like parenting is new for me this year. What will be your new thing where you're going to purposefully work at developing a competence that you didn't have to make your life thrive more? Then consider an area of your life. This would be the salvaging. So think of your classes. Like you probably work real hard in math, or you work hard in science or history or whatever. There's probably areas of your life where you work really hard and you actually don't enjoy it. So we're going to try to get you to think, is it really the case that this isn't enjoyable, or do I just kind of have the wrong approach to it? So for me, it's grammar. This year I'm going to get on the happy side of teaching grammar. What are you going to get on the happy side of this year? Like, what do you do that currently you really dread, but is a big part of your day? How do we get you on the happy side of that? And then it's not written on this slide. We'll fix that later. But how do we? How do you find an area of competence that you love? Like for me, it's teaching history, where you're pretty good at it and you're actually going to work at getting better at it. Again, could be a sport, could be community service, could be math. Like maybe you're good at math, join the math team. Like how could you push that competence and really get even better at it? So those are the takeaways that we want from this discussion of competence. And let's go out there and do it.